You've chosen tragedy because you're sick. I'm kidding, of course. Everybody loves tragedy. An odd way of thinking about it, isn't it? But sometimes I think it's very satisfying to know that sometimes bad people come to bad ends, and yet they can somehow still be sympathetic. And sometimes it's good to know that good people can come to those same ends because sometimes bad things happen to us, and we're good people, even if we're not. So I think you see how it works. We love tragedies. They've been around a long time. In Shakespeare, it's very specific, right? I say Shakespeare, but I mean, of course, that era. The main character is destroyed due to a tragic flaw in their character. Tragic flaw is, you know, something within them that causes them to make the choices that get them destroyed. And sometimes it takes a lot of people with them. There are a ton of possibilities here. Some of them are negative things like greed, lust, hate. Romeo and Juliet arguably has all the characters have the same tragic flaw, and that's love, right? Romeo thought Juliet was dead, wanted to be with her in hell because she committed suicide, and that's where suicides go if you're Catholic. So he wanted to be there too, so he kills himself to go there. She wakes up, finds him dead, wants to be with him, kills herself to be with him. Paris got in the way of Romeo trying to get in there, be with Juliet. So Romeo kills him, but he stood up to Romeo to save Juliet's dead corpse out of love. And Mercutio, of course, tries to stop Romeo from fighting Tybalt because he doesn't think Romeo can take Tybalt. Funny thing. And but really, gets killed by Tybalt because he loves his friend. And Tybalt just loved killing. He would like this category. So honesty, right? Anger, of course, and then honesty. Brutus's tragic flaw, maybe in Julius Caesar. Sometimes it's not a bad thing. It's just the thing. It's the thing that causes us to do what we do that gets us into trouble and destroys us. Lots of possibilities. The scope of the tragedy then becomes the other decision. Is it just the main character dying? Is it the main character and a few of his associates? Is it modern tragedies? I think come up with this idea, this wonderful kind of ickiness that it doesn't have to be death. Sometimes it's worse to still be alive at the end of it. And so you can lose everything and be destroyed, but still have to live through it. And that's wonderful to see there. And then sometimes it's just everybody goes. In Shakespeare, the body count is sometimes pretty high. Macbeth took a whole nation with him. So did Julius Caesar. Titus Andronicus, a lot of people died. His whole family, and most of another person's family, and he even fed some of that family to the family. Blah. In this particular case, under this particular definition of tragedy, it's not just bad things happening to good people. A fun thing to do would be to make the main character bad guy, an anti-hero maybe. That also ends. It's classic. It's been done. Scarface is probably the best example. I'm talking about Al Pacino, classic film. Say hello to my little Freud. Um, that guy. You wouldn't want him over for Thanksgiving, right? That would be terrible. Hey, pass the mashed potatoes, please. Those are not mashed potatoes. We're not supposed to want that. He's a bad guy. He makes bad choices. And and yet he's still a human being, and we still hope for him somehow, for some reason. Mm, tragedy. We love him.